Exactly 6 months ago, India brought 8 cheetahs all the way from Namibia in one of the biggest intercontinental translocation of a carnivore till date. This was part of Project Cheetah, India's grand experiment to restore the population of this mammal, this ferocious yet vulnerable mammal which was hunted down to extinction almost 70 years ago. Today, we are welcoming 12 more of them, but this time from South Africa. A special military aircraft of the Indian Air Force will bring the cats 12 cats from Johannesburg to Gwalior, from where they'll be airlifted by helicopters to Kuno National Park. Now, the wildlife officials have told us that they'll follow the same protocol as they did last November. All the animals will be quarantined for a period of 1 month, and then there'll be a staggered release into slightly bigger enclosures, places where they'll be able to form coalitions and hopefully start hunting on their own. But these are the details that we all know about. In this section of Science Wise, we'll dig a little deeper and understand why is the government so determined to revive the population of cheetah in the country? What are the big challenges in the way, and why our wildlife experts are extremely concerned? Hello, I'm Srishti Chaudhary. I cover science and environment for CNN News 18. According to the government, it is trying to correct a historical wrongdoing by establishing a meta-population, a self-sustaining meta-population of cheetahs in the country. Although it's a different subspecies. So to explain, what India had were the Asiatic cheetahs, which are now very few in numbers and only limited to Iran, so we can't bring them. So government decided that let's bring cheetahs from South Africa. Overall, the animal is listed vulnerable by IUCN, so it demands conservation and protection. The government also plans to use cheetah as a charismatic and umbrella species to garner resources for conservation of grasslands and open forests. These are the places where cheetahs thrive. Besides conservation of cheetah, it also plans to protect the prey base, which includes a lot of animals which require protection and are on the brink of extinction. And of course, there's an opportunity for ecotourism as well, and providing livelihood for the people of villages dependent on these forests. But it's easier said than done. Establishing a meta-population, and that too a self-sustaining, self-breeding meta-population, can take a very long time. And when we say a really long time, we are talking about decades, not years. So India has a long-term plan in place, which is to bring 10 to 12 cheetahs from South Africa every year for the next 5 years. Apart from that, there are other challenges in the way. First, high mortality rate among the cheetahs. Second, the habitat loss, which was one of the major reasons why we lost cheetahs in the first place. The grasslands and the open forest, places where cheetahs thrive, have been shrinking across the country. Then there's the risk from poaching and other natural factors into play. To give you an example, out of the 8 cats that we brought from Namibia last year, one of them had a narrow recovery after she suffered from some illness. This is the question that most wildlife experts have been asking. Why are we spending so much of time and effort in restoring a population of a mammal that we lost almost 70 years ago, when there are so many other extant species like the great Indian bustard and the caracal, which are on the brink of extinction? So let's not get swayed by the entire grandeur of Project Cheetah, but understand what is the entire aim of this project, which is to conserve our wildlife. And conserving wildlife does not only mean saving the animals or restoring the species, but also protecting their habitat, the forest, the water resources, and everything, the entire ecosystem that these wild animals depend on.